drama, more positive vibes. Welcome to the second episode on Parent Guilty Conscience, episode 2, season 2, where I introduced my daughter. Again, thank you so much. I hope you all are having a very great weekend, and thank you everybody for giving me the support on this journey. And I did my podcast today a little bit late because I went to get my booster shot. I really do appreciate everybody, and I thank you so much for the overwhelming support and all the emails. I can't even respond to all of you, but I will catch up, so don't worry. Since you're listening to my show, it shows that you love listening to podcasts, and I appreciate that. So please, once again, thank you, and please share, follow, and rate. This helps me grow. I got several referrals. This is one thing I want to thank my listeners. I got several referrals to therapists for my son and my daughter also. And I'm still trying to figure out which one to take, my son and my daughter too. But I'm so overwhelmed by the support. And this really gives me that strength that I really needed. It has given me that push that I really needed. And from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you. Like I told you before, the healing, this is like, it's like a healing process for me and my children. And these episodes will have so many questions, and still stories are coming out. The more I talk to my kids like a healing process, the more now they are very comfortable to speak to me and tell me. Stuff are coming out that I never even said on my season 1. Mostly my son also is talking a lot, telling me stuff that happened. My daughter also now is coming out, telling me stuff that happened. This is the reason it's a healing process, and I want them to be comfortable, and it's okay to talk about what really happened to them. Because you can remember the season 2, episode 1, I talked to my daughter, my son was questioning me a lot. And he's not yet done with questions, which I'll still continue with the coming episode. We had a video call with all my children. And I told them they should not be afraid. They should not be afraid, and they should be ready just to spill the beans, just talk. Because we are on that healing journey. My daughter just turned 14 years old. Yeah. She just had her birthday this month. These moments are some of the saddest moments, because this is another year I've missed. It's tough, really tough. And she joined high school also. And that's a boarding school. So this is the first time my children are separated. The first time ever since I left. And I will tell you how my son is coping with this separation, which is not easy. It's not easy at all for him. But at least I did something, even though she's in boarding school. I did something to surprise my daughter in school, even though she was in school. And I hope she's stronger there. So let me come back to my story, to be on track before my daughter left and after my parents came. And this is when they now feel comfortable and they started talking. But my daughter is not taking this stuff well. I've really tried my best to talk to my daughter, and she says she cannot forgive. I tell her we need to forgive. She says, no, mommy, we did nothing wrong, but they did all the wrong things to us. Why should we be the ones to forgive? They treated us like we have no parents, mom. My daughter has been, and she was the one who was soft-hearted, but she turned out to be so angry. Very angry. Because she questions me. Why? Mommy, why? Why do they do this to us? We do nothing wrong. My daughter goes ahead and questions me. Mommy, I'm not perfect. I do mistakes. But does it even warrant somebody to treat us the way they did? Mommy, I yearned to go to church, just to church. But nobody even came just to help us. I go to church. You did not want me, Mommy, to go to church alone. I told my daughter because I was scared. A lot of things were happening back home. You see, kids were being kidnapped. Some were being killed. Some children joining bad groups. So I was very paranoid. I could send my daughter to the shop, but I could time her. If she doesn't call, I could panic. So my daughter kept on telling me, Mommy, even your friends, the people you left, Mommy, nobody even came to take me to church. I really missed church, Mom. We were not going to church. I told my daughter, it's not that I never tried. I tried. I tried to talk to my friends. Even somebody to volunteer, even if it's bi-weekly, even if it's in a month twice, or even once a month for you guys to go to church. But I had no one. My daughter keeps quiet. She goes like so mum and so quiet. And then my daughter just say, Mommy, I saw a family friend, but I did not say hi. I told my daughter, why? You should just say hi. There's nothing wrong in saying hi to somebody. She told me, Mommy, this is somebody we did not wrong. They wronged us. They chased us from their house. They blocked us everywhere. Blocking me, Mommy. What wrong did I do to him? Blocking my brother. What wrong did I do to him? Blocking you, Mommy. Blocking my other brother. What wrong did I do? And you expect me to say hi to such a person, Mom? They were pretending with us there. He pretended to be very close to us, Mommy. And he went blind on that. This is my daughter telling me. My daughter now speaks like a mature person. What do you tell this 14-year-old girl? Just forgive and move on? And tell them that a granddaddy is back, you just ignore them? My kids need answers. They really do need answers. Like I told you before, my daughter sings. Whenever she's depressed, she would go to TikTok or just sing. Just sing, and she loves dancing. That's her way of trying to forget. But there was a day, my daughter's friend told me, hey, today I've not seen my friend, now your daughter, if she's okay. I just told her, thank you for letting me know. I will call her later. Even before I called my daughter, she texted me from out of the blue. And in the text messages, she inserted the sad or crying emojis. One of the messages I will read. She started, I'm sorry, Mom, for everything. I'm really sorry. I just don't want to give you a lot of stress where you were. There's an emoji of sadness. I shed tears a lot every day. Another emoji of sadness. Because I really miss you so much. It is really hard to live without a mom. Another emoji of sadness. Besides me, I miss your kisses every morning. I miss you every day. And then she sends me emojis, a lot of crying, tears. I trust you, Mommy. And I know why you left, Mommy. You never abandoned us, Mommy. And I'm really sorry, Mommy, if this text message will make you feel sad. Another emoji of sadness. And that was it. Immediately I received this text message, I called her. And she just bawled. She started crying. She just cried, and we cried together. because I did not even know how to approach it. I did not know. So I just let her cry. And she told me, Mommy, I love you to eternity. Those were her words. You know, sometimes I try to figure out why she's sorry. Maybe, I don't know. My daughter, she gets emotional very fast. I try my best not to scold her, but sometimes I do. Especially things like coming back home late, I have to be strict. Like normal things like doing the house chores, like undone dishes. I practically try and make sure she does some house chores. Not much, but at least help around the house. I know she's a teenager and all, but house chores are house chores, So, but their stuff, I really, really, really try because my daughter is sensitive, very sensitive. There was a time me and my oldest son, we was talking on phone about my daughter, because my daughter, this is one thing that makes me scared every day. She's been suicidal. So the way I handle my daughter is very different. So I kept my daughter very close to me, very, very close. Like she's my best friend, because I told her just be open. Sometimes I just tease her, Mommy, do you have a boyfriend? Things like that. So I put her close and I told her, even me, I was talking like this to my mom. I have to tell her things like that to be close to me. Then she's like, yeah, there's a boy I like. Things like that, So this particular time when my daughter was suicidal, I did not know what to do. I went to that mommy mode. I started Googling how to handle a suicidal child, how to do this. I did not know how to react. And I was questioning myself. I went in a dark place. I really did. And I said, I will not lose this child of mine. And I started being very close to her. She started confiding in me. Like I told you, my daughter is a very emotional person and she easily cries. She can be seated with you guys and all of a sudden, she just cries. That's why there's an episode I did, Why Us? Because she kept on questioning me all the time. Why us, Mommy? Why do they do this? Why do people do this? Why do people treat us like that? Or I'm not human, me and my brother. Now, and then she's like, why did our father just not take care of us? She questions, Mom, if Dad decided just to stop drinking and decided just to stay with us, Mommy, we could have never had all this stress that we had. But he chose alcohol, Mom. This is my daughter telling me. He tells me, Mommy, I love my dad, but he lets me down. He really does. Sometimes I just let her talk. Just the other day, he told me, Mom, no matter how hard you've tried, Mom, we've tried to help Daddy. But he still sees the alcohol like it's everything to him. He's like, why don't he call us? Why don't he care about us, Mommy? He's the person I call Dad. Why doesn't he care about us? I simply don't want to sway my children's thoughts. They are the ones telling me more about their father, how it has affected them. My daughter really loves the father dearly, but there's nothing much I can do. He's tried rehab once, never went back. He tried to quit alcohol and was sober for a year, but relapsed. And he's just going down the hill. There's nothing I can say because we have been apart for over a decade. He does not care about his children. I do everything, but I've never pushed him away or nothing. It's just okay that way. I've opened the doors for him to be able to communicate with their children. But he doesn't. He can do it one off, then he's off. It's just like off and on, off and on. I've tried my level best and to try and teach my daughter forgiveness, but she has refused to forgive completely. I have done, name it, quoted Bible verses. I have tried. But she's so never to forgive. Whenever I bring a topic, she's so angry. And she says, why should I or why should we forgive? I normally try and tell her, look at what it has done to you or to yourself when you talk about them, who mistreated you guys and pretended to care. I tell my daughter, just stop. I try my best. She was the soft one. She was the one protecting the brother. She was the one like now I left her like a mother to the brother. And I don't know what to do in this situation about my daughter. I try and tell her, at least now we know how people are. These are experiences, Mom. But the anger that she has, that worries me every day. It's like, what kind of a family friend does that, Mom? Why did they do this? They just wanted money for money. They want, how much do they want just because of staying with us, Mom? How much did he want? I'm like, Mom, please stop. Then it's like, Mommy, let God judge me for that one. Then when my daughter was talking to me, my son remembered something and said, Sister, do you remember when we were over Aunt's house? Now my cousin, there was no food, and then we went to the neighbor's house. When we were eating, they came and called us in the middle when we were eating, and then we were whooped by both of them. My cousin's husband and my cousin, they were whooped. They whooped my kids. My daughter replied to the brother, yes. They were like, until we got scared, and the next day, my son he got too sick after they were whooped. He was so sick, my daughter had to carry him to the hospital. Then I'm like, when? What? Wait, when did this happen? You guys never told me about this. I say, Mommy, I just remembered. Remember when the doctor called you? We kept on calling a strange number, and then you called, and then it was the doctor. And then I said, oh, that was the day. He said, yeah, that's when Kiki was whooped, and he became sick. He had a fever. And then it's like, Mommy, we were threatened not to tell you. And say, yeah, Mom, I carried my brother to the hospital. And I took him back, and that's when you called, and then you paid the doctor, and then the medication, the doctor gave us everything. Then my daughter is like, Mommy, we were so threatened that sometimes my mind used to just go blank. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep on repeating that a lot to my children. I'm so sorry. Because I don't know. And this is just a story that I had. It was just, I told you, my son is all over the place. He remembers. And just boom. Some I didn't even know about. I was even surprised when my son said that. When my daughter said, I carried him on my back and I took him to hospital because he was so sick. And my cousin now refused, was saying my son was pretending. But when he reached the hospital, the doctor said the fever was too high. My son almost started convulsing. But when he was tested, because we waited for the result, they found he had like bacterial infection. But he was given some antibiotics. And after he went to the hospital, I think like three days. So those are the things they remember. It was just too painful for them. And then another day, I received a text message again from my daughter's friend. I had just talked to my daughter at length, like 30 minutes. I remember it was 30 to 40 minutes. I mean, we talk about everything with my daughter, but I realized she was hiding stuff from me when I received this text message because we were so just talking. Then my friend, I will quote what my friend says, that my daughter went to her and she's saying that she feels like she has no parent, like everyone left her when she was young. But I'm telling her, you left to make her life and the brother's life better. Today in the salon, this is my friend, my daughter's friend. Today in the salon, she saw my family friend and she started crying. When she was done, we sat outside and she started listening to the podcast now because my daughter listens to my podcast. So when she was done, she went home. Then later, my family friend's cousin, there was these celebrations of their Eid celebrations. Then my daughter decided to say hi because she remembered what I told her to learn and forgive. So she said hi to my family friend. But after a while, she started just crying. Like right now, I'm trying to talk to her, but she's not opening up. Now, that's what my daughter's friend texted me. So I just said, wow, what can I say now? So I just thanked my daughter's friend because she had just texted me and I did not know why she reacted that way. So I called my daughter again, but I just pretended like she did not tell me anything. But I just asked her, Mommy, are you okay? She just went quiet. I did not push. Then she just told me, Mommy, I love you and I miss you so much. That's what she told me. That's what she told me, and I did not push. I didn't push her at all. She just told me, Mom, I love you so much. Just be careful. That's what she said, and I'm like, okay. I did not want to let her know that her friend told me something. So, and then she told me, Mommy, I'm with my friends outside here. Let's talk later. And I just told my daughter, I love you, Mommy. So let's talk later, right? Then she said, okay, Mom. And that was it. Next on episode 3, season 2, I talk both to my children openly, because on this episode, it's going to be a sad episode 3, season 2, where my daughter will be leaving for the first time to go to a boarding school because she joined high school. And I had to discuss this with my son and my daughter because they've never been separated. My daughter has been like a protector, like everything. Before you do anything to my son, my daughter will be there. The sister will be there just protecting him. But these two behave like twins. When this one is sick, that's where, when my daughter is sick, my son will be sick. When my son will be sick, my daughter will be sick. It just goes like that. I don't know. They act like twins, but they are 4 years apart. So I don't get it. So hopefully this will be understood. And y'all, if you like the show, please consider leaving a review. This helps my podcast to grow. Then hit the follow button. If you have questions, please, or advice, please send me an email at achoch@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate you, my listeners, for tuning in and taking time to listen to my story. Please share on any podcast. You can listen to wherever you are on any podcast, on iHeart, Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, or Google Podcast. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Bye-bye. Thank you.